Okay, so we're going to do the geometry and measurement set 1. And so let's begin. All right, so let's take a look at this one. Allison is filling a cube-shaped box. Oh, hint, hint, cube. What do I know about a cube? That's right. All sides are equal. See how I'm already writing it down? I don't want to forget it. I knew it right away. All right, so she's putting these in these small cubes shown below. The volume of each cube she is placing in the box is 1 cubic centimeter. So this is 1 cubic centimeter, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the height is equal to 5. How many of these cubes will Allison need to fill the box? Oops, okay, so fill the box means volume. So volume equals length times width times height. Now remember, you're going to have this handy dandy sheet on Star Test. It is right there. So you are take it out, tear it out, and use it. So I know that a cube, my volume for a cube is volume equals side times sides times side, because all of these sides have equal measurement. So you can do side by side by side, or length times width times height. You're multiplying all 3 dimensions together. So if I know that the height is 5, so I'm going to write in height is 5, what do I know about the width? Yeah, that's 5 too. And what do I know about the length? Exactly, that is 5 too. So you have a 5 times 5 times 5. So now I know that 5 times 5 equals 25. Times 5 more. 5 times 5 is 25. Regroup my 2. 5 times 2 is 10, 11, 12. And so my volume on here, I can put in 125 cubes. Remember the exercise and the activities we did on volume when you were filling those boxes? That's what you were doing. You were filling in how many cubic centimeters were able to fit inside those boxes, and then you had to come up and explain it to me. All right, so the answer again is C. Let's move on to the next one. Ouch. The heights of 2 trees are given below. You have an oak tree that's 20 feet tall, and you have a redbud tree that's 11 feet tall. What is the difference in heights of these 2 trees in inches? Difference means to subtract. You see how I'm writing it right down? Writing it right away so that I know and I won't forget. Because if you don't want to have to write down my question of the difference in heights of these 2 trees is blank in inches, then you better start writing everything down in your question so you know what you're solving for. So here, inches, I'm going to write down the word convert. I need to convert feet to inches. I'm doing this immediately because I know I need to do this first and then this second. So I'm coming over here, and this is, so I'm going to put the difference using here, the difference in heights of these 2 trees is blank in inches. Sorry about that. Okay. All right, now I'm going to do my input-output table. All right. I have to convert feet to inches. Feet to inches. What's my rule? What's the process? Not rules, but rule or process. So how are you going to do it? I know, again, you're going to have your handy-dandy chart. I know that 1 foot is equal to 12 inches, so I'm going to write that down. 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. How did I get from 1 to 12? I multiplied by 12. So the next one, I have 11 feet. 11 times 12. All right, so I know that 10 times 12 equals 120, because I have 1 0, place that there. 1 times 12 is 12, and I'm going to add another group of 12 to it. That's 32, so I have 132. I'm going to immediately write that over here. This is equal to 132 inches. Then I have 20 times 12. I'm going to draw my line down here because it's my rule. I have 1, 0. I'm going to place that over here. 12 times 2 is 24, and that's 240 inches. Then I need to take the difference of this. So the difference is I need to subtract. So 240 minus 132. I cannot take 2 from 0, so I need to regroup. And if you're that kiddo that you can't remember, put the number of fingers on the top. So this is going to be 0. I can't take 2 out of there, so I need to regroup. So this is 3. I'm going to bring down my 10s to my 1s, and that becomes a 10. 10 minus 2 is equal to 8. 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. So the difference in height in inches is 108 inches. Does that make sense? Now look at all the work that I did and the documentation that I showed. I was able to explain, and then I was able to justify. All right, so huge difference. So please make sure that you're thinking in your head as you're working out these problems. If you're just sitting there and just reading through, it's like, oh, I don't want to do this, then you're not going to get it. You have to get involved and talk to yourself about what you're doing, making these notes, triggering into your brain what needs to be done, and it's going to work. I promise you, it's going to work. All right, let's look at the next problem. Mrs. Acosta divided her children's playground into 3 sections as shown in the model below. So here is the rectangular room that she has, and she broke it up into 3 sections. What is the area? I'm going to circle area. Area equals, if you don't remember area for a rectangle, I'm going to flip this over. Area, go to the area rectangle. Area equals length times width. So do you see how you have these? The same paper that you see here, you're going to have that on start. And everything's going to be in the same placement too. Length times width. So what is the area of the free play section? Free play section, so this is all I need of the children's room. Okay, so I don't need this one and I don't need this one. All right, I know the length. So area equals length times width. I know that it's 9 for my length, but what's my width? Well, this section here, I'm going to look straight across. This was 5, and this is 5. If I add that together, this total is 10 feet. This is also a symbol for feet. So my width is 10, so my area equals 90 square feet. So it'll be 90 squares in here. I have 9 that goes across, and I have 10 that are up, so 90 will fit in this whole area. And this is the area that you're looking for. So if the area confuses you, you know that you're going to do the whole thing, so you can do something like this as well. And so the answer is B. Okay, getting the hang of it? I really want you to be comfortable with this, and I really want you to own it and find those strategies. If shading this in for area helps you understand, then do that. What could help you remember that area is all in the middle and help you understand that perimeter is what you walk. It's on the outline. So chat with your parents. And then see if they can help you with some clues that will help you remember what the difference is and how to do it. And again, you're going to have your reference material there, so don't forget that's there. Let's look at number 4. A square has a perimeter. Okay, square, square. A square is all sides equal. They have all equal sides. So it's a perimeter at all sides of 32 centimeters and an area of 64 square centimeters. Area equals length times width. I'm so sorry. This machine is crazy. Length times width. Okay, So I have an area that's equal to length times width, and that's going to be 64 square centimeters. Use the ruler to provide a measure the line segments below to the nearest centimeter. Which line segment could represent a side length of a square with these measurements? Okay, so now let's come through. I'm going to draw a square. And I said that the perimeter is side plus side plus side plus side. And the perimeter is 32 equals what plus what plus what plus what will equal 32. Okay, so that's what we're having to find out. We also know that the area is equal to side times side, because we're saying side because they're all going to be the same size. So if the area is 64, what times what equals 64? Very good, 8. 8 times 8 equals 64. So if I put 8 here and 8 here and 8 here and 8 here, do I add those all up and get 32? 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. Very good, because I also have, remember that it is repeated addition is the same thing as what? Yeah, it's the same thing as multiplication. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 8, which is equal to 32. Now I'm going to get my ruler, and it says, which line segment could represent a side of a square with these measurements? So my side is equal to 8 centimeters. Okay, so I need to look for my centimeters part, and I'm going to line this up, and there we go. This is 8, so this is there you go, strong possibility. Let me measure this one out. Nope, this is 13, too big. This is 3, too small. And this is a little, about 5.5. Too big, and too big. So the answer is A. You're going to be using these rulers, because they're measured out for that. All right. Number 5. Eric sorted let's move up to the question up here. Sorry about that. Number 5. Eric sorted shapes into categories as shown below. Okay, we've done this in class. Different way. We were doing it in a Venn diagram, but all still the same. Polygon. We said that a polygon has all straight lines. We also know that a polygon has to have 3 or more sides. Okay, we also need to know that we know that a polygon is a closed figure. So all the sides connect. Okay, so you see I'm always doing that. A quadrilateral is a 4-sided figure or shape. Trapezoid has only one set of parallel lines. All right, so now let's see what we have here. Which answer choice best describes errors? So we're looking for Eric's mistakes. I'm going to put up here mistakes. So if that word error doesn't register, I know that when I say the word mistake, that hits harder in my head. Made in sorting these shapes. Okay, so let's look at A. It reads, the circle and the pentagon don't belong with the polygon. All right, well, let's look at this. The circle, you're right, it doesn't belong. But the pentagon does belong. Does it fit our descriptions? Absolutely. So this is not a correct answer. So the circle doesn't belong. That's right.